This first week of school is not just about decorating bulletin boards. It's about building the culture that will carry us all school year long. So it is critical that we set the tone now so we don't spend the rest of our year trying to reset it. If you're an educator that's passionate, but you're tired and you're burnt out and you're wondering what to do next, this is the show for you. We're going to learn together, we're going to recharge together, and we're going to grow together so you can be the best you and serve your students and your community to the best of your ability. What's going on, pod? Welcome to the Teachers Ed Podcast. I'm your host, Edward DeShazer. Teachers Ed Podcast is the place where the best and brightest in education come to be inspired, to connect, to learn, and to grow. If you enjoy today's episode, please take a moment. Please subscribe. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the little thumbs up button down there. Your feedback will help us reach more educators like yourself. So let's get started. You know that this is the holiday weekend. For us, it was a 4-day weekend. For some people, it's a 3-day weekend. But either way, it's a longer weekend. It is a pivotal weekend in education because a lot of people are just getting back with the students after Labor Day. Some have already been back for a few weeks, 3-4 weeks. Some have been back for a month. That's crazy, but that's a whole nother conversation. But this weekend is supposed to be about rest. It's supposed to be about family. And it's supposed to be a time for us to just recharge. But for a lot of educators, this weekend is filled with anxiety. It's that knot in your stomach on Sunday and Monday night that you're going back. And for some of us, it's the first time we'll have engagement with our students since June, maybe even May. And Tuesday, those students are going to be coming through your door. For some teachers, the questions start swirling of am I ready? Did I set my classroom up enough? Will my students listen? What about the new policies? What about these changes the school's making? And for school leaders, some of these questions may be, will my staff follow through? Did I communicate everything to the best of my ability? Will we start the year strong, or am I going to spend the first month of school putting out fires? And here's the truth. If you are an educator and you feel anxious right now, you are not broken. You are not weak. You are human. That anxiety, to me, that's actually proof that you care. It means that you're aware of the weight of the work that we do, but the key is to not let that anxiety control the year you're about to step into. And here's what I know after leading schools and working with educators for years. The tone you set in the first week of school will ripple through the entire year. Expectations are not just the rules. They are the foundation of the trust that your school, that your classroom is going to be built on for the entire year. And when teachers set clear and solid expectations with students, they're not just controlling behavior, they are creating safety. And we talked about that in a previous episode with Alexia, the dancer teacher, about kids need safety, staff need safety. Students thrive when they know what's expected of them. They relax when the boundaries are clear because they know where they're at. And the same goes for our staff, school leaders. If we don't set expectations with our teachers, with our staff, with other people on our team about communication, about collaboration, about how we treat each other, then frustration begins to creep in. And frustration spreads fast. It's very contagious. The tone you set in the first week of school is going to echo for the next 9 to 10 months. If you start with clarity, if you start with consistency, if you start with high expectations, you will build trust, you will build momentum. If you start with confusion, it will take you months to recover. So teachers, do not shy away from being clear with your students. Students may push back at first, but deep down, they want it. Leaders, do not assume that your team knows what you expect. I want you to say it clearly. I want you to show it. And then I want you to reinforce it. So how do we put this practice? How do we put this into practice this week? For teachers, 3 quick things that you can do. Number 1, I want you to model what you want to see. If you want respect, I need you to show respect first. If you want routines followed, then I need us to practice them with the students until they can do it in their sleep. There was a coach, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Nick Saban, but it's probably a saying that they've been saying forever. And some people they say, you practice till you get it right. And I think that's the problem that we do in education. Sometimes we just practice till you get it right. But we need to practice things so much that they won't get it wrong. So make sure when we have those expectations, we practice them till they won't get it wrong. Don't just do it till they do it right the first time, because it takes a long time to build these habits. I want us to do these things with our students so much that they can't get it wrong. Number 2, I need us to be consistent. Don't correct a behavior on Monday and let it slide on Wednesday. Students notice this, and inconsistency is where trust begins to break down. And number 3, I need us to stay calm. Your tone matters just as much as your words. When students see that you're steady, when they see that you are calm, when they see that you are consistent, they then feel steady, calm, and consistent. And for leaders, here are the 3 things that I want you to focus on. Communicate your non-negotiables clearly. Don't just bury them in the handbook. Don't just say them at that first HR meeting and not talk about them again. I need us to say them, and I need us to repeat them. Communicate your non-negotiables clearly. Number 2, I need you to be visible. Teachers want to see you in the classrooms. They want to see you in the hallways. They want to see you in the lunchroom. They want to see you at the arrival. They want to see you at departure. They don't want to just see you in emails. So I need us to be visible. And number 3, I need us to support before we discipline. Correct staff with coaching, not just criticism. Because if we can do those 3 things, if we can communicate our non-negotiables clearly, if we can be visible, and if we can support before we discipline, it will set a tempo that will help us, that will help sustain a great culture for the remainder of the school year. Students don't rise to the level of unclear expectations. They rise to the level of clear and consistent expectations. And this is the same with our staff. If you want excellence with your staff, you can't just hope for it. We have to set it, we have to model it, and we have to hold our staff to it. So as we get ready to head into this new school year, what will define this year is the tone that you set starting out on Tuesday. If we set our expectations with clarity, if we hold our staff to them with, and if we lead with compassion, we're not just going to survive this year, we're going to thrive this year. And that's got to be our goal. For too long, some of us have just been surviving in education. And that's not fair. That's why people are burning out. I want this year to be a year where we don't just survive, but we actually thrive. So as our staff are stepping back in the classrooms, as our administrators are stepping back in the buildings, into the hallways, as every one of our people in our team and students are coming back into the building, we are stepping into classrooms where students crave stability. They crave leadership. Staff crave stability. They crave leadership. Leaders, we're stepping into a school where staff are craving direction and support. They don't want to just figure it out. Like, we want to support them as sometimes we all figure this out together. In this first week of school, it's not just about decorating billboards. It's not just to start over. This first week of school is not just about decorating bulletin boards. It's about building the culture that will carry us all school year long. So it is critical that we set the tone now so we don't spend the rest of our year trying to reset it. We have to set the tone. We have to be clear. We have to have high expectations, and we have to hold our people accountable to make sure they are reaching those expectations. And we have to support our staff. We have to pick them up when things go wrong. We have to give them grace and mercy. We have to give ourselves grace and mercy. There are some new policies that you're going to put in place that may not work right away, and that's okay. Don't be scared to pivot when something does not go right after you have tried it consistently. It is so important that we start to see it right. It's so important as you're listening this weekend that you give yourself grace with the feelings that you're feeling. It's okay to be anxious. It's a new year. Every single year, that feeling comes back for people. And some people just can't understand why. It's not that something's wrong with you. It is a human trait to feel anxious when there's a big change, because this is a big change. You may have been doing this for 30 years. Every new year is a big change because you're starting all over again. So I hope we have a phenomenal year this year. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in, for being locked in with me. Again, if you haven't, I want to make sure you please please subscribe, please share this episode with another person that you care about that's in education. And that's it for today's episode of Teacher Ed Podcast. I hope you got some encouragement, and I hope you got some reminders as you step into the new school year. If you're on YouTube, again, please subscribe. Please do a little thumbs up down there below. If you're not listening on YouTube, check us out on YouTube. You can actually see the videos. You can see what's going on. I'm super excited for a lot of the guests that are going to be on this year. I'm super honored for the people that you've already heard that have been on. We got some phenomenal guests that are coming on this fall. So I'm super excited. I truly appreciate all the work that you all do. For anyone that's listening, if you want more information about me, www.edwarddeshazer.org. Let's get connected. Let's lock in. Edward DeShazer on Instagram and all other platforms. But thank you for tuning in to the Teachers Ed Podcast. I truly appreciate you. I hope you have a phenomenal weekend. For those that are returning back to school, I hope you have a phenomenal first week of school. Make sure you make sure you subscribe, but make sure you keep doing the work. See you all soon.